Right now, in our country, as we speak, there are thousands of individuals contemplating harming themselves. There are thousands of individuals who feel as though they have nothing to live for. There are people who, when they close their eyes tonight, their biggest fear is that they will wake up. There are people right now who get absolutely no enjoyment and no fulfillment out of life. Life, to me, it should be an enjoyable experience. However, for a lot of people out there, life feels like a forced participation. It's something that they are just participating in. They don't understand why they're here, and they don't like being here, quite frankly. They feel as though they're here to serve someone else's purpose. You have individuals, and I've come in contact with these people, who literally, they wake up, they go to work, they get off, they consume drugs, alcohol, or they just try to escape for a period of time. Then they go to sleep and they repeat. And they repeat this process for days at a time, weeks at a time, sometimes months at a time. And they're just in this perpetual cycle. And they're in pain, mental pain, emotional pain, and physical pain. There are people out there. I've had conversations with these individuals. This is a real thing. However, it's not discussed. It's not talked about. And I don't understand why. What happened to empathy? And you can see it in some of these individuals' faces. It's like they're not there. And they don't know how to explain to someone how they feel, because they have obligations they have to meet. Or they've been taught that this is the way it's supposed to be. And one of the more alarming things about this epidemic that we're facing, this suicide epidemic, is how it's affecting the youth. We have young people out here that are checking out. They're checking out because they feel like they don't fit in. Kids or their peers are making their lives a living hell by bullying. And even more so than this, the adult that I described, the adult that is always going to work, doesn't look happy, and doesn't seem like their circumstances will never change. They have children, and their children are watching them. And their children are thinking that, man, life is already hard enough. I see what my parents are going through. That's not something I want to live for. I don't want my life, if that's what my future looks like, then I don't want to participate. So what do we need to do collectively to not have life for some people feel like a participation? How can we make life feel like an enjoyable experience? We have to have empathy for one another. And we have to be understanding of each other. We have to understand that there are a lot of people out there that are going through some very difficult times. And we have to be patient, we have to be understanding, and we have to be empathetic. That person that snapped at you and you have no idea why they did that, that person is probably hurt. See, there's a reason for the way we act and the way we treat each other. If we're operating from a position of pain, then we're going to project that pain onto someone else. We've heard the term before, hurt people hurt people. But what's even sadder these days is that the hurt people, they're hurting other people, but they're hurting themselves. People are useful. The person who is contemplating hurting themselves, they have a specific purpose. They may have the answer to an important question that can make a lot of people's lives better. But we can't get that answer if they check out. We can't get that answer if they feel like there's nothing to live for. We need to start paying attention to what's going on around us. We're so distracted. We're so busy. Our heads are always buried in our phones, and we're so self-consumed. And I understand. If you're an adult, you have a job, you have responsibilities. If you're married or if you have children, I know it's difficult. I'm preaching to the choir. I know you guys understand. And I have the same conversation with myself all the time. But for me or individuals who are in a similar situation as I am, we complain about things that we really shouldn't complain about. There's always someone out there who is in a worse shape or in worse conditions than you are facing. There are people out there who have absolutely no one to talk to, no one to depend on. They have no time to rest. They don't even know where their next meal is coming from. And they don't want to deal with things anymore. So be mindful of how you treat people. You don't know what a simple smile may do for someone. There may be someone who is literally on the brink of ending it all. And you just simply smiling and saying hello could give them a little glimmer of hope that, you know what, there are still some decent people in this world, because all they're used to are dealing with people who don't care. Get your job done, be at work on time, and don't be a minute late off of your break. People are out here in chronic pain. People who don't know where their next meal is coming from. There are people here living in horrible conditions that we need to be aware of. And we need to start showing some empathy toward each other. Understanding it's not all about you. Be appreciative of what you do have. If you're a person that doesn't have to worry about where the next meal is coming from, if you're a person that has a roof over their head, if you can clean yourself daily, then you need to be thankful and appreciative of those things. Because there are individuals out there who don't have those things. And they're just wandering around this earth, wondering, what am I doing here? And that's no way to live. Collectively, together, we can make this thing turn around. We can give people hope to live another day, to fight through it. There are good people out here, and we're going to help you through this tough time. But we can't do that if our head is always buried in the phone and we're not aware of what people are going through. We have to help each other out. We have to have each other's backs. Because we're losing a lot of good people. We're losing a lot of talented people. A lot of potential is going down the drain. And we have to stop this right now. We have to do something about it. So just be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention to people. People will tell you if something is wrong. We all have the gift of discernment. Some of us just know how to use it a little bit better than others. But we all have that gift. Sometimes people just want some support, some attention. They just want to be noticed. They want to be loved. They want that touch. They want that feel. And they're not getting it from any aspect of their lives. Make that person experience life again. Let them have just a little bit of enjoyment throughout the 24 hours of their day. And hopefully that little glimpse will give them enough of a nudge to keep it going. I know this is a different episode today, but it was something that I just felt compelled to do because when I read that article about how the suicide rates in this country are just skyrocketing, I know why, and I'm not going to go into the specifics of it. It's something that has to do with the field that I'm in, so I have to be cognizant and aware of these things, and I can really go in deep, but I'm not going to do that today. Today, in this video, I just want to make you aware of what's going on and have you just, be a little bit more observant of your fellow brother or sister, your neighbor. Make sure that, hey, are you okay today? What's going on? If that's a person who you may know. Or if you're out in public, be kind, be respectful to each other. You just never know what someone is going through. This is you versus life. There are a lot of people out there who think that or believe that happiness, freedom, and prosperity is a fairy tale. And it's my goal to change that mindset and to have them not believe but know that it's not a fairy tale. It can be reality. And it can be reality for everyone. I'll see you next time.